This is video number 3 in a little series about panic attacks. Before I describe what I call the self-treatment for panic attacks, I first want to remind you of what we discussed in the first video, which was why panic attacks occur. And in a nutshell, a chain reaction takes place where you're walking around all day with worry, anxiety, and other fear-based thoughts in your mind. Then at some point you're doing something else, anything, maybe not even worrying or thinking about anything in particular, but your body starts to react to those fears that are still lingering in your subconscious mind, even if you're not consciously thinking about them. So what happens is, even though you don't see anything dangerous or fear-worthy with your eyes, your subconscious mind still automatically releases some fight or flight hormones in order to get your body ready for dealing with that danger. And the problem is you consciously don't see any danger around. So this adrenaline sensation in your body doesn't really make any sense, and you, or your conscious mind, doesn't recognize it for what it really is. Therefore, you become fearful of the adrenaline sensation itself. And that fear causes more adrenaline to be released, which causes you to become more fearful, which then causes more adrenaline, and, well, you get the idea. This cycle continues to elevate, and pretty soon you're having a full panic attack. So to keep things simple, the way to overcome panic attacks is to break that cycle. And you've already taken the first step by becoming consciously aware of what a panic attack is. And yes, there is a lot of history to overcome, but at this point, you can start to be aware that that initial sensation is simply the sensation of adrenaline or other stress hormones. It's not something that's as unusual as you may have thought. Millions of people experience panic disorder, and it's definitely not an uncommon feeling to occur. So, also, more importantly, try to keep in mind that you're going to be okay. These things pass, you're not going to go crazy, you're not having a heart attack, you're not going to die, you're going to be okay. That's the first step. Now, next, and this is the most important and powerful help that I have to offer you. I want you to recognize that every time you've sensed a panic attack starting to surface in the past, the process began with you trying to mentally avoid that sensation. And this is natural. We're afraid of something, so we try to avoid it. But on a purely mental level, this amounts to trying to suppress the feeling. And the real problem is that this tendency to avoid or suppress is really fear-based. And that fear is exactly what amplifies the sensation. So the solution is don't avoid it. Go to the opposite side of the spectrum and embrace it. I mean, choose to experience those sensations as directly and as fully as possible. I know this sounds terrifying, and it will be a challenge at first, but I wouldn't tell you this if it weren't true. This is really the key to stopping panic attacks forever. After I discovered this technique, it was like being set free from hell, really. With this tool and skill, I knew then, and I still know now, that I never have to worry about panic attacks ever again. So here's what I want you to do. Next time you sense a panic attack coming on, or even if you find yourself in the midst of one, go somewhere where you can be on your own. Sit in a chair, close your eyes, and focus your full awareness on the sensations in your body. Don't try to change the feelings or to suppress them. Just let them be there and observe them as they are. Use whatever techniques work for you to keep your attention focused on those sensations in an accepting way. You can greet the energies, welcome them, describe them. Your goal is to get to know your internal sensations and feelings as clearly as possible, especially those that accompany or precede a panic attack. you've spent weeks, months, maybe even years trying to suppress these feelings in your body. And just think, where has it gotten you? It really just makes things worse, and now you know why. And now you know that the key is to flip that around. Get to know yourself and embrace these feelings within you. Just become as familiar as you possibly can with them. Want to know them, welcome them, embrace them. And that's it. So practice this for a couple weeks, and don't be too quick to judge the results, because initially you're still going to have some doubts, and doubt is fear. And it's probably going to take a couple of days before you start to trust the results, at which point you'll really start to see some amazing progress. So I hope these videos have helped, or you've at least found some parts of them helpful. I know that not every person is the same, and this approach may not be the solution for everyone. But if it helps one person with panic disorder, which I know personally is a really tough thing to go through, then I feel it's worth putting out there. If anything here has clicked and you'd like to explore these concepts more, I've also created a 2-hour audio program that expands on what we've discussed here. And it includes guided exercises as well as ways to apply the same concepts to other areas of your life. If you're interested, that's called the MC² method, and it can be found at mc2method.com. Thank you for watching, and good luck to you.